Hi everyone, fellow knowledge enthusiasts. This is Dr. Darshan SM. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel isn't just about me, it's about us. It's about building a community of like-minded individuals who share the thirst for knowledge and the excitement of discovery. So do yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button and let's embark on this electrifying journey together. 3D model is a very vital part of any of the product development. A 3D model during the design process improves the understanding of the whole product, and which is very much crucial for various stages of the design process. I will be demonstrating on how to develop a 3D model in Solidworks and assemble both the components together in the assembly module. We have two components. Component 1, which is a square bar of base edge 50 mm and length 150 mm, which contains a circular hole of 30 mm diameter at the center of the square bar. Component 2 is a circular shaft of 30 mm diameter and 200 mm in length. Once both the components are developed, we assemble both the parts together, and we are going to convert this 3D model into a 2D drawing in which represents what is the front view, top view, side view and isometric view of the component. Let's begin our journey in SolidWorks. Select the file option, select new option. Once it is done, you will be getting a 3 options or 3 modules: part, assembly and drawing, and we will be selecting the part module to go for the component 1. There are 3 types of plane. We select the front plane and right click and you can select normal to option. Once it is done, you can draw a square. You can use the line option. Individually you can draw a line, or maybe you can go for a square option at the top, and you can give the proper dimension using smart dimension. Here the square bar is of dimension 50 mm. Once it is done, you can click on the tick option. Here the sketching part is done. Next you go back and you can go for features option. In the case of features option, here you will be selecting the part or maybe the sketch which you want to extrude. Here we will be selecting the square and also the length which is specified in the question, that is 150 mm. Once 150 mm is given, throughout the length there is an extension of 150 mm length. Once it is completed, the second part of component 1 is to create a hole at the center of the square bar, or we can also call it as square prism. Right click on the surface where exactly you want to develop a hole, click on normal to option, and then using sketch option you can create a circle at the center of the square bar. Once it is done, next we can go for features option. Here we have the option called as extrude cut, which cuts throughout the length of the material or whatever the length that you are specifying. Here you select the square, or inside which we have a circle, select this circle and you can go for extrude cut option, and you can give whatever the file name that you want. So here the important thing to be noted is the center hole can be of throughout the length of the square bar, or maybe the hole can be created up to a particular portion by giving the dimension of the depth of the hole. This completes part 1. Now we will go for part 2. Again we will select the part module. Here at the initial stage we have to make sure that it is in millimeter gram second. Right click, normal to, and we will get a front plane. Here we will draw a circle of dimension which is specified in the question, that is 30 mm. Now we can go for smart dimension and we can give whatever the diameter that is being specified. Here generally we go with the center of the axis, so that whenever we are developing or maybe whenever we are want to modify any of the dimension, which will be very much useful. Then we will be going for features option. Once the sketching is done, now it will be asking what is the length of the shaft. So here the length of the shaft is 200 mm, and then you can go for tick option. Once it is done, we are going to save the file. You can give the name as shaft, or maybe you can also give the name as part 2. So once and also we have to make sure that where exactly all the parts are being saved. So in the case of assembly module, whenever you are bringing both the components together, you should be clearly knowing where exactly we have saved the file. Once both the components is done, we go for assembly module by going on with file option. Click on assembly and click on OK option. Now on the left hand side you have the component list, or maybe you can go with insert component on the left topmost side, and you can insert both the components together and you can bring it back to the screen. Once you bring both the components to the screen, then there is an option called as mate entity. Once you click on mate, here you will be selecting the exterior surface of the shaft and the interior surface of the square prism. Once it is done, both the components will be assembled together. Next, suppose if it is specified that the shaft is maybe 10 mm or 20 mm from the surface of the square bar, maybe you can select the surface of the square bar and also the front portion of the shaft, and here we can give what is the exact dimension through which it has to be outside the square prism. We can give 25 mm or 20 mm based on your requirement, and then you can click on tick option. Once it is done, then importantly you have to save the file before you go for 2D drawing stage. Here go for file, make drawing from assembly. Once you go for drawing from assembly, you can select A4 ANSI landscape for getting the printout in A4 sheet. Very important thing to be noted is to be whether we want first angle projection or third angle projection. We will come to that particular stage once we take the front view on the right side portion, drag it and place it to the screen. Very simple step, and from the right side drag it and place it to the center, then click on and you drag down and drag to the right side to obtain what is the top view and also the left side view of that particular model. So suppose if you drag it at an inclined portion, you will get the isometric view of the component. Next, suppose if you want to know what is the hidden edges, you can select the cubicle option. From the bottom, the second option if you select, you will get the hidden lines. So once again I am repeating. Suppose if you want to have the hidden edge, you will be selecting the cubicle option and you will be selecting the hidden edge. And also from the left hand side portion, you can also scale the component. You can scale either 1:1:2 or 1:1.5 based on the requirement. Initially you are knowing that the size of the front view top view was very less. So now we can see the enlarged image. Right click on the sheet, then you can change it to first angle projection. This is about how to convert the image into assembly into 2D drawing and correspondingly give the important dimension to the 2D drawings. For example, what is the dimension of the square bar, what is the dimension of the hole, and the length with which it has come out. So by mentioning these dimension, you whatever the image that you have completed, you can share it with any part of the world, and correspondingly the model can be easily developed. This is how exactly you convert a 3D model into 2D model. Three important steps. First important step is how to change it to first angle projection, scaling, and third one is hidden edges, how to find the hidden edges. Once it is done, maybe you will be obtaining the exact front view, top view, right side view or left side view and the isometric view of the component. Now you can see how exactly 3D model looks like, which consists of square bar and also a circular shaft which is assembled together coaxially, and the one of the circular face of the component 2 is, or maybe with respect to the shaft, is 25 mm from the end face of component 1. So I hope everyone has understood about how to develop 3D model. Practice more. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment box. Thank you very much all the viewers. Also, I request everyone to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to join our ever growing community. Don't miss out on our upcoming videos and live streams. We want to hear from you. Have a spectacular day. Thank you very much.